During this video, we're going to look at parallel and perpendicular lines. So here you can see we've got a line, okay, its gradient is 3 over 5, and another line whose gradient is negative 5 over 3, and you can see that they're perpendicular to each other as they form a right angle in the middle here. So what I'm going to do is show you a few different lines. So I'm going to move this point B around and have a look what happens to the slope of the line as this is happening. So you can see it's changed now. And again. Okay, so hopefully you've identified that in order for the two lines to be perpendicular, so form a right angle in the middle here, their slopes or their gradients are the negative reciprocal. And what I mean by that is I flip this 4 over 3 and it becomes 3 over 4 and I put a negative at the front. So what happens there, to identify whether the lines are perpendicular, we can get the gradient of line 1, multiply it by the gradient of line 2, and it's going to equal negative 1. So for example, if I did that with these two here, so the gradient of line 1, I'm going to say is 4 over 3, multiply that by negative 3 over 4, and let's see what happens. So 4 multiplied by negative 3 gives me negative 12. 3 multiplied by 4 is 12. So if I simplify that, it's going to equal negative 1, and therefore the two lines are perpendicular. Here I've got two linear functions, okay, and these two linear functions are parallel to each other. So the distance remains the same no matter where they are on the line. And what you can see with parallel lines, they have the same gradient. So parallel lines have the same gradient. And now what we're going to do is look at two different questions, one to do with identifying a line that is parallel to another, and then a perpendicular line. Okay, so with our question here, we need to find the equation of the line which is parallel to y equals 3x minus 1 and passes through 0, 4. Well, I know straight away that m is going to be, my gradient is going to be 3, as the line is parallel to y equals 3x minus 1. I'm going to use y equals mx plus b, and I'm going to substitute the points 0 and 4. So substituting those in, so the y is 4 equals 3 for my gradient multiplied by 0 plus b. So simplifying that, b is going to equal 4. So the equation of my line is going to be y equals 3x plus 4. Now looking at our perpendicular question, so we need to find the equation of a line which is perpendicular to the line y equals 2x minus 3 and passes through 0, negative 1. So what I would like you to do, pause the video here and have a go at trying to find that equation of the line. Think about how we can find the gradient to start with, and then use y equals mx plus b to help you solve. Okay, so I need to first of all find the gradient. All right, so the gradient m1, we need to multiply that by 2, and it's going to equal negative 1. So working backwards to find my gradient, if I divide by 2, so my gradient that I'm after is going to be negative a half. All right, start with y equals mx plus b. My y value is negative 1, and my gradient is negative a half. X is 0. So simplifying that, and b is going to equal negative 1. So therefore my equation is going to be y equals negative a half x minus 1.